Auntie. Hey y'all, it's Bernice, your favorite auntie. And I'm here with Amy.
Hey y'all.
Amy is thebomb.com. Amy, tell them what you do.
Am I really?
You are, girl. You
really?
know you are.
Hi,
tell them what you do.
I'm Amy. I am the owner of the Fine Auntie Association, and I'm the owner of Only Pieces Boutique. I started the Fine Auntie Association just basically to create a space for us fine aunties to come and just, turn up. I'm giving you the content, I'm giving you the apparel, the accessories. So I'm Fine Auntie Association on Instagram, fineauntieassociation.com. And like I said, Only Pieces, that's just pretty much like my other boutique. It's online as well. You can hit that up too. So yeah.
So today I asked Amy to come on because she is an amazing entrepreneur like myself, and as someone who has left corporate America to follow your passion, I felt like she would be a great asset to be here today. So when did you know it was time for you to leave your job? What did you do before? And when did you know it was time for you to leave?
Shout out to State Road, but and also fuck y'all. So I started out as a correctional officer. I was doing that for the past 7 years, and without going into like crazy detail, I just really had to leave for my sanity. Like, it was one of them things where you just know that like something's not for you, but you kind of like just going through the motions. I feel like when it came to law enforcement in general, like, because my background is in criminology, I had my bachelor's in criminology. So I just always felt like when I would try to move up or progress in that field, I was always met with crazy static. And I was like, it's because it's not my path. It's like a path that I like thought like I'm supposed to go this route.
Right.
Even down to like the way I dress, like I always went against the policy. My nails was long and crazy. Like one point I had like different hair colors, and I always just challenged administration when it came to policy. So once I created Only Pieces last year, and it just was like an outlet for my creativity, and it just clicked like, wow, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I just launched Fine Auntie Association on January 31st, which is my birthday too. So
happy belated birthday.
Two birthdays, Aquarius gang. So it's just become like an outlet that I monetized, and I love it. I mean, entrepreneurship is extremely difficult.
Child.
It's whooping my ass, but I got hands too, so I'm rumbling.
Right. So I worked at a mortgage company in their IT department. I have no background in IT. Back up a little bit. I wanted to be a lawyer. So I went to school for criminology, minored in pre-law, and I did some internships with the city of Philadelphia 2 years in a row. And I'm like, this is trash. I hate it. I'm not going to make it. Y'all telling me I'm about to pick up another $150,000 in student loan debt to do this? Mm-mm. Oh no. I met with some people from different law schools, and they gave me this big, it was like bigger than a Bible book, like, yeah, this is gonna be your life for 3 years. I'm like, huh? Oh no, that's dead. So I didn't tell my parents until I got out of school, and they're like, oh, so when are you going to law school? I'm like, about that, I'm not. So I went to school, and I ended up with English pre-law, minors in criminology and political science. I'm like, I have, the background to read, write, and think critically. I can get a job anywhere. Mm-hmm. I bounced around for a little bit, and I ended up at the mortgage company, and I hated it. And I remember I used to lay in bed miserable, counting how many PTO days do I have left? Do I have enough to call out today and still take my vacation? Mm-hmm. And it just became a hassle. I didn't like it at all. And I was driving to work one day, and I was super miserable, and my ex and I were talking about investing in real estate. Mm-hmm. So we had started a investment company, and we realized we needed a realtor on the game. So I'm like, all right, I'll go get my real estate license. And I went through school, got my license. I passed the class. And before I got my license, I was like, man, screw this job. I had like a panic attack at work. And I was like, screw this job, I'm leaving. I gave him a 1 week notice. And I left.
I ain't give no notice.
I gave him a 1 week notice, but I left when all of management and upper management were at a conference. So my last day fell while everybody was gone because I didn't want none of that static. And yeah, I'm like, I'm out this joint. Deuces. They're like, we want you to create a manual. I am not doing none of that. And I remember talking to my parents about it because I like to consult my parents every so often with my life, with the things I'm doing in life. And my mom used to be a realtor when she was my age. And, you know, she was walking around the office with me. She always told the stories about it. And she's like, why would you leave your job where you're making all this money to go do something like real estate? It's so unpredictable. I'm like, Mom, I hate my job. Like, I am miserable. She's like, don't nobody like working? I'm like, I don't want to be that. Like, I do not aspire to be that person that stays on a job for 20, 30 years and hope to retire. Like, I offended her because I'm like, Mom, I'm not trying to be like you, where you hoping, wishing, praying to get to 65. I want to be done way before that, you know? So I left and I started being a realtor, and I quit every week. I actually quit today. Me too. I quit today. I'm in the middle of this crazy real estate deal that if I had hair, my hair will probably be falling out at this point because it's crazy. But I love it because I love to help people. Like, my thing is helping people. I'm a problem solver. I like to find solutions to things. So this is a great way for me to expand on that. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna be honest. Like, some days I'm like, why do we do things like this? Like, yesterday I was climbing in a closet behind file cabinets, all dusty, looking for a file from 3 years ago. And it's just like, this is not the stuff. This is the glitz and glamour. They don't put this part of real estate on TV. No. They don't. They make it all fun. They don't show you when we have to do all types of...
It's selling Tampa and Sunset. That's what it is.
Like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I did not sign up to be climbing in closets of something that was under construction. I came out, when I say I was dusty and coughing because it was so much dust, but I got the document that I needed, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got what I needed to make the thing happen. But it's just like, entrepreneurship is not easy. Like, it is not. Sometimes I wonder, are we crazy for doing this on a consistent basis? So it's one of those things. What was your exit strategy? Did you have an exit strategy when you left?
I would say yes and no. Like, you know, being a correctional officer, especially during the pandemic too, it was crazy hours, crazy overtime. And same thing with why you leave, the money. Yeah, the money is okay, but my sanity, what about that?
Right.
You can't buy sanity. I don't care how much money you have, you cannot buy sanity. Is right. You okay or you're not. So once I felt like my sanity was being challenged and dwindling in there, I was like, oh yeah, this ain't for me. So I basically took the summer off.
Okay.
Like Drake said, took the summer off so I can see, okay, can I do this? Can I not get a check from the city and function?
Right.
So I basically stopped going into the jail probably the week before 4th of July. Okay. So last week of June, all the way up till I officially resigned in September. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I could do this. But it's crazy because when you running, a boutique, you everybody.
Yeah.
You creating the content.
Yep.
You the model. Yep. You sourcing the inventory. You customer service. You everybody. Like, if somebody got a complaint, they coming to you.
Right.
I could get up. I could have a headache. I could not feel good, but I gotta put on. It's just me. I don't have, you going from, you was part of a staff, you was a team member, and it didn't all fall on you. But right. It's like, if I don't get up and do this, I'm not going to eat. It ain't going to get done. So That was my exit strategy. I tested to see, like, could I do this while still having a job and not officially leaving. And then one day I came in and I just cleared my locker out when everybody was, in the jail. Nobody was really around. And they like, Amy, you left? I'm like, yeah. I didn't make no post about it. I didn't say nothing. I just cleared my locker out. And I think I took a picture with the peace sign. And I posted it. I posted it like a month or two after the fact. So it was like, I said, like, once I'm out, y'all not gonna know. I'm not gonna make no, grand exit. I don't want y'all to throw a party or nothing like that. Like, I'm out. I just woke up and I knew, like, this is my last day. Just go resign right now. Do it.
Effective immediately.
Effective now.
Yeah, I didn't have an exit strategy. Same thing. I kind of was just like, all right, I want to do the corporate thing, so I'm gonna give you notice. So I'm gonna let you know that I'm not coming back. But financially, I was not in a position. I didn't have 2 months worth of expenses at the time. So when I did leave, I had went to a brokerage as like a real estate assistant, and I lasted there literally 4 weeks. 4 weeks was the max that I could stay there. The owner broker was so disrespectful. Like, it was a hostile work environment, and she was talking to me crazy. And I knew she was talking to me crazy because I was black, and she tried it one day. And I remember, like, I took a pay cut because I took a pay cut to be this assistant just so I could learn, because I feel like experience is the best teacher. So I'm like, if I'm learning real estate, if I'm going out with a realtor, I'm going to learn more faster than,
But you're not going to disrespect me, though.
Yeah, you're not going to talk to me crazy. So I ended up, like, leaving there. And I remember I did Uber and Lyft for like 6 months until the money from real estate really started to pick up. I did a lot of rentals at first, like a lot of rentals. So like I was a rental queen in my office. The other boys in the office, they wouldn't even do open houses or even bother with the rentals, because 9 times out of 10 I was gonna fill them, because that was quick, easy money. Now the sales, that take anywhere from 30 to 45, 60 days to get a check off a sale, but a rental, I can get a check this week.
Yeah, immediately.
So I didn't have any reserves, and that was like a problem because I just bought a house. So I bought a house in November. I left my job in April. And I remember my mom like, you have a mortgage, you have car payment, you have student loans. And I'm like,
that's us millennials. We just out here winging
I'm going to figure it out. Like, one of the things I've always been good at since I was a teenager, from the time I can remember, I'm always figuring it out. Like, all right, this is the problem. I'm going to find a solution to my problem. Guess what? I made it. Like, I made it. Life was good. I didn't stress. I didn't have anxiety attacks anymore. I was chilling. Yeah, you get a little nervous scratching your head when you're like, hold up, wait, the income is slowing up. But I was still able to do, I was actually able to do more with my time and my money
the freedom
than I was when I was working there. Like, I could take trips and I could just do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. But on the flip side, like we were talking about earlier, sometimes when you don't want to get out of bed,
who's gonna do it?
As nobody is like, all right, I need to get out of this bed to get this dollar. If I don't get up, I don't get paid.
Exactly.
So right now I'm in the process of putting systems in place. I just got licensed in Georgia as well. So I'm trying to put Philly on autopilot. So, I got assistants in place and systems in place and things so that when I'm not here,
it's still
going and it's not going to fall apart. Right. And I feel like it took me 5 years to get to this point where I am. And most realtors don't make it 5 years. So I'm just like kind of blessed that I'm going into my 6th year and I'm still doing it. And like I said, I still want to quit, like, at least once a week. But when I sit down and look at the computer, like, I'm really about to fill out an application. Yeah. Now, you know what? Let me go ahead and figure something out over there. Yeah. So in regards to being this entrepreneur and living this life and this freedom, like, how do you juggle business and the boutiques?
It's really like when you're an entrepreneur, that's your life. Like, it's no time of the day that I'm not thinking about my business. Like, I could be driving and I just like, oh, I could take some pictures over there. Or I hear a song and I'm like, I'm gonna put this song in a reel. I'm gonna put this song in a post. Like, it's constant. I don't turn it off. I dream about it. It's all day, every day for me. I mean, I can't speak for other entrepreneurs, but it's literally all day. It's not a juggle. It's literally a part of my life. I live it. I breathe it. I think about it all day. So
yeah, no, I be juggling because I deal with clients on a regular basis. Sometimes I be having to really check my clients. Like, I let them know this is my office hours. This is the time that you can reach me. But after a certain time, like, I got to turn it off because I have my own life and I want to see my family and spend time with them.
So
and
you're dealing with people direct.
Exactly.
It's indirect for me because it's like, okay, as a customer, I'm not really talking to you. I mean, I'll talk to you if you talk to me on Instagram. Right. I engage with people on Instagram all the time or Facebook, or if somebody email me, and I have a text community. So it's like I'll send out texts. I'll see somebody respond or whatever, but it's not like I'm engaging with a client, you know?
Yeah,
unless I do a pop-up. If I do a pop-up, then I'm engaging with people.
Right.
So it's like,
yeah, this client-based world, it gets very so interesting. I had posted on my Instagram one time, a client texted me at like 2:00 in the morning.
Oh no!
Like, hey, I want to put an offer in on the house
at 2 a.m.
that we saw 2 days ago. First of all, the house is no longer available. Like, let's start there. Like, 2 days ago, I told you we should have put an offer in on this house, and you didn't. But why do you feel like you can text me at 2:00 in the morning? You know what I'm saying? It just gets crazy. I was talking about, last night, an agent hit me up. It was like, they sent me an email at 10:41 p.m. Then they called my phone. It was like 11:15. And then sent me a text message like, I emailed you an extension. Please have it executed by midnight.
Excuse me?
Why did you ever think that was even going to be possible to happen? First of all, I'm not calling my client at 10:40 at night. When you had, their last communication was at 6:00. So you could have got back to me at 8 even.
Right.
And we could have, because business is done at 8:30. And there's nothing, first of all, there's no bank open.
Right.
There's no title company open. You can send me whatever you want past, 7:00. It's not going to get done till the next day anyway. But it's just, that's, for me, it's always been the juggle. Like, being able to, check my clients, being able to check other agents, because they really get crazy. Yeah. So juggling all of that and juggling life has been so interesting for me. I went on vacation one time and I was working on my phone. So there was a meme and it said, traveling with a realtor is like, and it was a girl in the middle of the pool and she was on her phone like this. So I posted it and one of my friends who I've traveled with was like, that's definitely you. That's definitely you. But, for me, I can work while I'm partying, remotely. I can work from anywhere. So it works. When I go on vacation, I give myself 2 to 3 hours a day. And I'll do whatever I need to do, answer phone calls, return phone calls, answer emails, send whatever document needs to be sent. But after that, I be out. And I'm very, very, I've been blessed that in the 5 years that I've been in business, majority of my business has come from referrals. So friends of friends, family friends, things like that. So they know me or they know of me or I've met them. So we have this kind of informal relationship. Right. So they understand. And I'd be telling them one time I had a client call me. They're like, where are you? I'm like, oh, I'm on the beach in Miami. They're like, wait, what? Why did you answer the phone? I said, because I could work from anywhere. What did you need? Oh, we wanted to know if we could extend it. All right, sent them over the document right from my phone, sent it over to the agent, and then went back to doing what I'm doing. I'm learning.
That's beautiful.
But I'm trying to learn to turn that off, though. Because sometimes I feel like I get so consumed with the work, I don't detach.
Right. Vacation is vacation.
Vacation should be vacation. So, but that also goes back to me being able to put systems in place now that when I do take vacation, if you need something, you may not be reaching out to me directly, but there's somebody. Automated. Yeah, there's somebody that's going to get to you in regards to whatever your issue is.
Right.
Would you do it again?
What, the way I did it, or
the way you did it, what you did, would you do it again?
Yeah, I would.
The same way?
Probably little steps along the way. Yeah. I mean, because it was a little hiccup in my journey. These niggas. But yeah, so I would go about, certain things a different way, but the way I just feel like the timing and what I was supposed to do is what's happening. Like
right.
all the bad that's coming with it, that came with it, is set in place because this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And it's what I really want. So it's just like, if I would go back and do something differently, would I be here? Mm-hmm. Would I be here? So I'm gonna just say, yeah, I would do it. Minus the niggas.
Minus that part.
Minus that.
I would definitely do it again. Without a shadow of a doubt, I would do it again 10 times over. I would change the way I did it. I would have given myself a little bit more leeway and a little bit more and saved up a little bit more money. So that way, when it got real.
Right, you got that cushion.
I had that cushion. So when I think probably like a year and a half into me doing this, I got T-boned by a pickup truck. So I was out of work. I was in physical therapy for 6 months. Mm-hmm. And when I say I was looking at my savings like go, mm-hmm. I wasn't prepared for those like life issues. So I finally got out of physical therapy, and like maybe like 3 months later, boom, I was down again for another like 3 to 4 months. And I'm like, what? So I've gotten to a place now where I don't play about my emergency fund.
Right.
Because I was late paying my mortgage one time, and it was just like it became
real.
It got real. So I think that'll be the only thing that I would have changed is putting myself in a better space financially. Because they always talk about use your job to fund your passion, right. And I was so miserable. I wasn't trying to hear none of that
at all. Especially with me working in the jail. I mean, I did use the job to fund my passion. Mm-hmm. I did, like all the inventory and everything that I bought was like from doubles or
right.
whatever. And I did have a cushion. Mm-hmm. I did have a cushion when I left. But like I said, niggas.
Right.
I had a cushion, but niggas. So yeah, like I don't want to say too much on here because I don't know, who is going to get back to.
Right, who going to hear it.
So, but yeah, I had a cushion, and it is what it is.
But. Right, yeah, I didn't, and that is literally the only thing I recommend for like people going into real estate. Like, have a cushion, really do the research. So when I came into this, they didn't tell me that I was going to have to kick out desk fees and realtor dues and fees on top of fees and a fee for the fee.
Got fees.
Right, and it was just like, I'm scratching my head like, wait, and because I didn't have it where I was, they didn't mind like floating it, but they want their money back. So when I got my first commission check, I was like, oh, I quit. Like, I'm like, what is this? But I realized like the more business I did, I didn't really feel the fees as much. And then you learn, like I've switched brokerages, and now like I'm kind of set up in a better space, and the fees are a little bit easier to manage. And because I have the deals that are flowing, it's easier to kind of just like, those are the cost of doing business, But that's the only thing I would recommend is having the cushion, doing the research.
Get your money up.
Get your money up, because it costs money to make money.
It really does, because I've kicked out thousands.
Okay.
Thousands.
And
you got to be willing to wait to not to get it back. Like,
exactly.
It's not automatic. You got to just
because you got to take that and flip it and put it right back into it. And, it takes money to make money. Mm-hmm. It takes, you got to have skin in the game. And you got to be willing to do that. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to just go and do X, Y, and Z.
It's a lot of L's. You're going to take a lot of L's.
Yeah. A lot.
Silent, whatever however, you're going to take L's.
Right. And I think the L's are the thing that people don't talk about. Like we get on social media and it's always, the boutique is popping.
And everybody's selling a course.
Always be closing.
Gosh.
Nah, there was a point in period in time where I didn't have a settlement for 4 months and I didn't know where my money was going to come from. I've had deals that died at the table. And that's why I don't count my commission until we at the settlement table. Let me see how much I'm getting. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different L's, or, I can't, been a couple of my friends or family members who knew I was a realtor but decided to use somebody else, but then call me for all their questions because their realtor not doing what they're supposed to do. That's like a slap in the face. That's an L.
That's an L.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's the fun part of the freedom and all of that, but then there's the stressful part of, not having the money, or, in your case, like if, I don't know, the vendor doesn't send what they need to send on time.
Right. They might send the wrong color. They might send the wrong size. And then you have like your own deadlines that you set. So it's like, if you don't have this by this time, then this gets backed up.
Right.
Like, it's just...
It
comes
crazy.
With the territory.
It comes with it. I had a friend who launched a t-shirt line, and my homie, I'm buying a t-shirt. Because I like to support my friends, I don't really be paying attention to when something comes or when it don't come. Right. But I remember that I bought a pair of sneakers to just go with the shirt. And I was cleaning my room and I seen the sneakers. I'm like,
where the shirt at?
Where the shirt at? I ain't never get the shirt. So I text him like, yo, what's up? My shirt. I ain't get my shirt. So what he ended up doing is, I don't know how he did it. He refunded me my money, and then he just sent me another shirt when it came in stock. Like, just sent it to me or whatever. And I was like, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. But he was saying that, he was going the drop shipping way. And sometimes, the quality ain't what they said.
You don't know. And that's one of the reasons why, like, for my boutique, I never did drop shipping, because I literally put on every piece of clothing that I sell so I can wear it and know, like, you need to size up, you need to size down,
right?
Or if I'm not going to get this anymore, like, it's, certain things that I might have bought that I'm like, that was all right, but I ain't going to sell it again. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's about integrity for me. Like, exactly. If I'm not going to wear it and I'm not going to buy it, why am I going to give it to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it's not quality. So I wouldn't recommend a drop ship route for selling clothes. Accessories, or, something that you won't have to put on, because I us as women, we want to feel when we want to see. Yep. So it's just like, I'll order a sample or something and I see how it goes. And then I'm like, do I want to order more? But definitely you'll take L's.
Oh, the L's.
You'll take some L's with that.
It's so many L's, but I wouldn't change any of it for the world. Like, it has taught me. And so I've been in the business, I've been a realtor for 5 years. And I was talking to my former broker, and we were talking, I'm like, why can't I have an easy deal? I've had one easy deal in the 5 years of doing real estate. Like, none of them are ever easy. But he was like, but at the end of the day, now so many. He was like, and none of the issues that you've ever ran to have ever been the same.
Right.
But now, if you do run into that issue again, you already know how to resolve the issue. Ready. So you might not like being in the thick of it right now, but it's all a learning experience. Yes. And yes, this deal might die. You know what I'm saying? But a deal dying at a table resulted in, it was a blessing in disguise, because I was able to buy a duplex. So my seller, the person didn't show up. The buyer didn't show up. It was an investor. They just didn't even come to settlement. Didn't show up. Y'all can keep the deposit. We don't even care. That was one of them.
Wow. They got money.
Right. So I'm like, dang, like, what am I going to do? So I was talking to my dad, and my dad was like, oh, well, where that house at, this, that, and the third? Well, maybe we should, get that joint. And I'm like, I don't really want that one. But she does have a duplex that she's want to put on the market. Like, what's up with that? So we did it, and we got it. So if it wasn't for that deal dying, I wouldn't have
a duplex.
A duplex
is major.
You know what I'm saying? And then now, with my crib, I'm doing what I'm doing with my house. So now it's like, I'm working on my third property at this point. So the L's at the time, the L's at the time feel like shit.
They were setting you up for the W's, though.
Right. And they set you up and they put you in a better place. And I feel like I said, experience is the best teacher of all. So I don't want to take no more L's. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to take no more L's.
I don't want to, but I know I am.
You know what I'm saying?
They're coming. You gotta be willing to be like, all right, I know they coming. I don't know where they coming from, but just brace yourself. Like,
right. And it's always gonna end. There's an ending at some point. It's never gonna go on forever. This thing will end at some point. And you just gotta like roll with the punches.
You do.
So there's what they say, that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
I just thought of like literally my launch day. So my launch day for Only Pieces, it was crazy. Like, I'm getting all these orders in, you know, I built up the anticipation, and I realized that once I went to go like fulfill the orders, that my tablet was not compatible with my printer. So I couldn't fulfill the orders. So I ran to like Walmart, Target at like 9:00 at night. Like I drove down South Philly and got a laptop and filled them orders. So I was up filling orders and cleaning up and everything until 6:00 in the morning on my launch day. But I had to do it.
You got the orders out.
I got the orders out.
You got the orders out.
I got them orders out. I was tired as hell, but I got them orders
And that's what this is all about. Like being able to be resilient, persistent, and solving the problems.
Your pivot game got to be
on a beam.
On a beam ski.
Yes, on a beam. It has to be on a beam.
Like, I was salty, but I was like, you know what? Go get a laptop right now. I literally drove and got a laptop. I was like, it has to happen.
Right. And the fact that you were able to understand and be in a place to be able to jump up and go grab it.
Because I wanted to break down. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have a laptop that's compatible with this printer. I didn't spend money on this.
Right.
It worked out though.
Right.
It worked out.
And that's the good thing.
I thought it was, you know, a panic situation at the time, but I'm like, you know what, Amy, calm down. Just go get a laptop.
Right.
You know, and then everything worked out after that.
Thinking on your feet. So, I have one last question for you. What are you doing at this time to like help others come into the role of entrepreneurship, or what advice you're giving them or guiding them? Like, what do you feel like you can give?
I mean, because I'm still failing forward. I love it. I love it. I'm failing forward. Basically, that's my part that I'm doing. So I can, you know, explain to people that, because I don't want it to turn into no I'm coming out with a course because I did this. Right. So like but shout out to my coach Jance Charte. She is the boutique guru. Like I've been under her mentorship for a year now. All things e-commerce, all things Shopify. Like if you selling anything online, you need to get with her. Okay. Like I direct everybody to her. She's amazing. She has a YouTube, Jan Charte. She has a YouTube. So I launched just strictly off of her YouTube. Watching her launch her stuff. It's crazy. So she make you want to be like, take my money.
Right.
What else you gonna tell me? What else you have to tell me? Take my money right now, miss. Right. So I anybody that comes to me that wants to know anything about running a business boutique, I'm gonna send them right to Jance. Like I can tell you surface level stuff. Like, you know, I've built my website. You know, I feel like I put out pretty good content. So if anybody want to know how to do reels or something like that, like I could give you that, but she gonna give you the game. Right. So I'm gonna send you to her.
Right. I get you. Like I'm in a space now because I've been doing it for a little bit, and I've failed forward, and I've failed forward a lot. Like I have my niece now, and she's like, Auntie, I want to be a real estate agent. Aww. So she in the process of getting her real estate license. She's taking the classes or whatever, but she calls me with questions, and I'm giving it to them. I have friends who are interested in investing in real estate or like getting into real estate and whatnot, and I'm always just like, yo, here's this, or have you ever thought about that? You know, I feel I don't want to put any price tag on it. I feel like sometimes like we don't like helping each other. We always try to make money off each other, and it's like at some point you want to help. Like at some point I wanted help and I needed help, and I was fortunate enough to go to a brokerage where it was like family. And everything I learned for the first 3.5 years of being in this business, I learned from being at that brokerage. And if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for them taking their time and efforts and energy to kind of pour into me, I wouldn't be the agent that I am today. And I've had to school agents that I'm doing deals with because they didn't know something simple that you learn on day 2 of real estate school. You know what I'm saying? But I don't hold it against them because I know what it's like to start out first. So like, anybody call me, ask me a question, feel free. I'll answer the question. Or if I don't know the answer, I'll direct you to somebody who may know the answer. Or I'll even just go and try to find the answer for you and bring it back, because I feel like we be the only ones that don't be trying to help each other.
Yeah, I mean,
and I want to
ask
help
me stuff all the time, and I'll answer it. Like, people DM me whether they starting a business and they see, oh, Amy, like, how did you do this or how did you do that? I'm gonna let you know to the best of my ability. Like, I'm not gonna hoard the info. Like, for what? We all could eat.
Yes.
Like, I'm in my lane,
and
you in your lane.
It's not going to interfere. I don't know. Maybe because of how I think. I don't think anyone can take the business that's for me.
Exactly. Your
like,
lane
what's my
is your
business
lane.
is for me, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it the way that I do it. You can't do what I do the way I do it.
It's going to be different.
I add my little special sauce to it. You know what I'm saying? And we all could be in here winning. We can't help everybody. Like, I can't help everybody. So the people I can't help, you can go ahead and help. You can reach them. So I feel like that really really takes the cake with like helping others. Like, just give out the information. Like you said, don't hoard it.
To you.
And it's definitely gonna come back to you. Like, I can't even count how much I've been able to get back monetarily, client wise, just because I gave information. You know, they may not have used me on that particular deal, but then they send me.
They'll remember later. People
always talk to such and such. And, you know, somebody I ain't talked to in years sent somebody my way. I had a cousin. I ain't talked to this cousin in like 3 years. No lie. But called me like I was in Paris. And he was calling me, but it was like 4:00 in the morning over there. And I'm like, bro, I texted him the next day like, yo, I'm in Paris. Like, what's up? He's like, I want to buy a house. I need help. I said, download WhatsApp. Because I got free data. You know, we can talk via WhatsApp. And we like literally went through the process. And it was a stressful process for him because he worked with a trash bank. But we were able to get closing, you know, on the same day, but it came from somebody else in the family. Like, oh no, you need to go talk to her because she got this done and she gonna make it happen for you. And I made it happen for him. And he was just like, Dad, like, you really are dope. I'm like, thanks.
You really the shit.
Appreciate you. But yeah, thank you for coming on today. Tell the folks again where they can find you and how they can get in contact with you and your brand.
FineAuntieAssociation.com. Fine Auntie Association on Instagram. Only Pieces, the brand, on Instagram. I mean, if you want to try to get into my personal page, it's Jawnisha. If you want to request me. But yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
where you can find me. You can
find me. I am at the Auntie Chronicles Inc. on Instagram. The Auntie Chronicles Inc.com. And you can also find me at Miss Ladybug 1311. That's where it goes down for real. Like, if you want to see some
I'll
real,
be over there.
If you want to see the real, like,
if you want to see some ass, I know.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of that. But Miss Ladybug, MS Ladybug 1311 on IG. I thank you guys for tuning in today, and we look forward to tapping in with you soon.
Ew.
Later.
Auntie.